Hi everyone, my name is Vidya Math and I'm an author. I am very happy to see you today. I hope you're having a good day and I hope you have some nice things planned for your days ahead. So today I thought I would do a little feature on my three books. So I've been doing videos for you where I've been talking about writing books and different aspects of writing books. And I thought I hadn't actually done a video where I properly discuss my books. I have three of them that are in publication at the moment. So I'll show you them one by one and tell you a little bit about each of them. So the first one is called The Book of Stamps. And that is my name there, Vidya Math. And so if I talk about it actually while the cover is up there, you can see on the cover you've got a range of different things. And it's called The Book of Stamps. So this is a fantasy book, and it is one that is not set on planet Earth. It is set elsewhere. And you can see there are a few of the characters from the book, some of the main characters from the book on the cover. And on this, you can also see that there is one of the characters who has a book there. And the book that this character has is actually the Book of Stamps that this book is about. So within this book, there is actually a book, and that is a legendary document. And in that document, it basically has different stories from the past, and each of those stories is linked to a postage stamp. So on the postage stamps, there are pictures of people. So they could be people from the monarchy, or they could be people from society in the book, but from long ago. And these stories are enchanting, and they also have a very curious effect in the present day world. And so the past kind of links up with the present in a really uh, enchanting and magical way. And so there is stuff to find out. When you read this book, you'll get drawn into the story. It's got very beautiful descriptions in it. It has a lot of very beautiful things that your mind can chew on, and beautiful places that your mind can make from reading the descriptions in the book. You'll be transported to some really fantastic places, and also there's a lot of magic in the book. And it's not one of these books where you just read it and there's one timeline and you move along the timeline, and it's not that simple a book, and that's where part of the magic comes from. So that's the Book of Stamps. And then the next book. So all of the books are available globally, so you can buy them if you go onto the computer and you search them. I'll put the names of the books in the comments below. And you can buy them in paperback, or you can buy them on Kindle. So you can shop on Amazon and read them from Kindle. You can buy the books from Amazon. You can also buy them from a range of lots of other booksellers online. And bookshops as well. If you go into bookshops and ask for them, then they can get these books for you. So the next book, this is made of two stories. It's called The Luminosity of Crystals and Dimensions of the Heart. So on the cover, we really only have a picture for one of the stories. So there's one main story in this book, and then the second story is actually unrelated to the first story. The first story is a fiction story, and the second story is a fantasy story. So you will find, if you read this book, and I think you'll really enjoy it if you read it, because it's got a double charm. It's got the fiction story, which is people will be able to relate to. The fiction story is set on planet Earth, and people will be able to relate to it, but as well as relating to it, there really are great messages about life in there. There are great messages about life in this one as well. but this one, it draws out the magic. My books are falling off my lap. It draws out the magic that we have on Earth and in our human existence, the kind of magic that we come across, and it talks about those kind of things. And in the cover, very interestingly, there is a link also to the second story, and you'll find that when you read the stories. When you're transitioning from the main story in the book to the second story, you'll see that on the cover there is actually something that links them. But the second story is a fantasy story. It's the first story gets you thinking, and that's what makes it meaningful about people's lives. And it's a different type of story. It does follow more of uh, one timeline. There's probably more than one timeline in there, but it's unlike the Book of Stamps, which is a highly complex book and a highly complex plot. But the Luminosity of Crystals is a different type of reading experience, so you can just read it very lightly, and even though it's very deep, but it will read very, very easily. And then when you go into Dimensions of the Heart, you'll get a really nice treat. And I'm not kidding when I say that. It's a short read, the second story, but it's like the icing on the cake. And then we come to the last book here. This is not my last book. This is the last of the books that I'm going to talk about today. In forthcoming videos, I'll talk about further books. But this is called The Luminosity of Energy. There's one story in this book. And The Luminosity of Energy is the sequel to The Luminosity of Crystals. So the first story in this book has a sequel, and that is The Luminosity of Energy. And you can see the cover there. And if you look closely, you'll actually see that there's something that links these two book covers. So yes, this one is a sequel. You don't have to have read the first book to enjoy this book. This book is a standalone book as well. And this is a fiction book, so this one is set on planet Earth. And this one discusses different things. So it talks about somebody's life and things that happened long ago that kind of come into the picture unexpectedly. And they come into the picture, and the main character in this book is undergoing a transition in life. Sometimes we undergo like such massive transitions in life, and that's kind of happening to one of the characters in the book. And it talks about different things. It talks about our existence on Earth and the kind of challenges and things that we can be facing. And some of these challenges we see them more nowadays. So it's a very contemporary book, this one. And the value in reading it, the story itself just takes you on a fantastic ride. You open it up, and you're stepping onto a form of transport that just takes you on this incredible journey. And in that journey, many things are explored. So how characters have developed over years are explored, and people can really relate to that. You will be able to relate to that when you read this book. You'll be able to relate to it. It has the magic of life in there as well. But one of the other things it very importantly talks about is working life. So for us as humans, we, exist on Earth, and we have to get by. Somehow we have to get by. And it talks about the challenges of working life, and indeed the challenges of if there is no working life, or there's the threat of being, an existence without work bringing in an income. And the book explores this in a very sensitive way, but also a very brave way, and it takes people through all the kind of things that people can experience in transitionary phases, some types of transitionary phases in their lives, and it's a treat. So it's, you can see it's not a very 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 thick book. It is a book, but it's a treat because when you read it, it is meaningful, and when you finish reading it, you come away with a lot of realizations and a lot of things that I hope can help people as they go about their day. And indeed, that is true of all of these books. That I hope that when people read them, they will find a lot of meaning, a lot of messages in there about life, and a lot of magic. So that's a little bit today about my books. I will be back again soon with another topic, and I may be back with some beautiful videos of swans. We have swans near where I live, and they are very cute, and they are being chased about by the dominant swan at the moment. So I have fewer swan videos at the moment because it's very difficult to film them because they're all being chased away by the dominant swan, who is hopefully going to have some baby swans soon. So we may have some footage of some tiny little baby swans. So I will be back with more writing videos and swan videos as they become available. And meanwhile, I'm going to wish you a fantastic day, and thank you for watching, and see you again soon. Take care.